Hey everyone, and welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is another overview video for my Cruiser Class tournament. This is the Shak's Terror by Amime, or it might be Amimai. I'm not 100% sure there. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. Anyway, this craft it's another thruster craft. It's got a big missile rack on the back there. The first thing I notice is that it's a very simple hull design. It's just kind of a sort of triangular shape. Yeah, it's sort of triangular, and it's not painted at all, so that's probably going to cost them in the aesthetics portion of the competition. Then again, I mean, my paint job made it look worse, so, in my opinion, so I guess we'll see there. Go ahead and speed this up so things can... So, yeah. Alright, lock onto this thing here. This is the first I've seen this out of the entries. We've got some laser missile defenses, some lambs up here. And, it's got this is a 4-barreled cannon. Oh, I got to turn the interface on to be able to see what it is. 200 millimeter 4-barrel cannon here. Mounted on a turret up top. Oh, this thing goes pretty fast too at 145. It does have a bit of an issue with turning rate, though. It does not turn very fast. It relies entirely on its speed to be able to combat things. Let's see if I can find an ammo input thing to see what kind of shells this thing fires. Ah, heat. Inertially fused heat shells at 200 millimeters. It also has composite solid. Is that a... Huh. Looks like it might be an attempt at a penetration depth heat fuse. Or heat shell. I'm not really sure because I don't see a... it has the shape charge secondary and then HE flak, but that would just go off like a normal heat shell, and then it also has frags. That's a very strange shell. It's kind of interesting. I wonder which gun that comes off of. Is it? It's not this gun. And then there's just an AP capped head Sabo warhead body. Shell there, which I wonder which shells this forward gun fires. Let's see. It also fires, or no, it fires the hybrid shell. So is there something else on the... Is there another cannon on the ship that I just haven't noticed yet that fires those AP capped heads? I don't see anything. I wonder if that's just a leftover and he forgot to delete it. Or she. If Amime forgot to delete it. I'm not sure. Probably. From the looks of it, because I do not see another cannon. I only see those two. I do see plenty of missiles, though. Is this a turret, or is it just solid? It looks like it's just solid. It's just a battery attached to the bottom there. Go back to the hull. Let's see. An IR camera. Aim at particular random blocks at infrared seeker with an EMP and a frag warhead. No one turn, but it does have a TPG. Okay. Interesting. Only 2 warheads, 1 frag, 1 EMP. Not the most powerful of missiles. Not very maneuverable either with only one fin. This one has... Oh, okay, these ones have 2 EMP and a frag. They're a bit bigger. Oh, and these ones are laser designated, while these ones are infrared. Got a very heavy mix of different kinds of missiles there to probably try and maximize impacts and minimize defeats. Oh wow, the shielding on this, I'm not sure if it's going to come out in the video, but it's got a lot of layered shielding, probably a bunch of deflection shields that are set to be almost invisible. Not entirely sure how well that'll come through once everything's said and done, but they're there. It does have shields. And on the back here, got more missiles. Are those... What kind of missiles are those? Are those the thumpers? Ah, Beam Rider receivers. They're Beam Rider missiles with a thumper warhead. Huh. Yeah, with a 5,000 thrust variable thruster. 2 frags, 2 EMP, and an explosive. Those... I have a feeling that those missiles will hurt if they manage to hit something. Then there's plain laser designated with 2 EMP, 2 frag, and an explosive. Yep, fast and with 3 fins. Well, fairly agile, but they're kind of big, so they won't be super agile, I don't think. They could be, though. I could be wrong. Looks... Okay. No, this looks like it is a turret. It is a turret, and that turret block is a little exposed. That could be dangerous. A good hit right there will knock this entire thing off. And that's probably a good chunk of hit points. Wait, what kind of engines does this thing have on it? It must have something pretty sassy. Oh yeah, look at all that EMP surge protector defense. It will be difficult to do any EMP damage to this craft. Here's the engine. This is what I wanted to look at. I'm gonna expand the things out real quick. Okay. 5,000 power, 188 power per unit of fuel. Sorry if I start talking loud there. The in-game sound is really loud when I get that close, and I may be increasing my volume subconsciously without meaning to. What was the power per fuel on this again? 188? That's pretty good. For that much power, that's really good. Not exactly space efficient though. And it must have 3 of these from the looks of it. Actually, wait, the lack of space efficient might be because of the exploded view. Yeah, actually this looks a lot like, as far as size, fuel efficiency, and power goes, the engines in my Puddle Strider. They're obviously constructed much differently because to fit in a different space, but... Let's see... Yep. Another one of the same engine. But there must be... Oh, wait, no, I was looking at the fuel. There's 168,000 fuel, 10,000 power. So yeah, it's just the 2 engines. Okay. It's got its jets recessed into the hull. So, just smart idea. Oh, it uses custom jet engines too. That explains why it's so fast. It's a very fast craft. Alright, well, I suppose that's about it. I can't think of anything else to go over. Gone over the engines. Looked at the armor somewhat just by peeking around inside. It's not very thick armor. Like, oh, it does have ERA on the side of its ammo rack, which is smart. Keep that from being detonated by heat shells. But ERA just, it isn't very, it isn't super effective in this game because it has to be repaired after it's hit once. So if you take 2 heat particles in quick succession, it basically does nothing. But, I mean, it stops those, stray hits from, and I forgot to turn Steam notices off again. Oops. Well, it stops those, random lucky hits from causing significant damage to your craft. So, alright, let's, actually, I have no idea where that ship is at the moment. It's down over here. Yeah, that thing is fast. I just want to be in the general area so that, I can do... I'm gonna put this up against the Kingstead, right up here. Let's see what it can do. I mean, yeah, it's probably gonna go out of range because it spawned behind it. Those rear missiles, though, are very agile, actually. Will probably do a lot of damage. But yeah, it's going really far because it's so fast, and the Kingstead ended up spawning in right behind it. Hopefully it'll close the distance. If not, I may have to manually load in it's firing those heat shells in like a shotgun spread, it looks like. Are those the heat, or are those the mixed shells? It looks like those are the heat. Yeah, because they're not... Kingstead doesn't really, isn't very vulnerable to heat. The only part that really is are the turret blocks and the custom controller, or the custom cannon, or advanced cannon, I mean, blocks down here. So yeah, it definitely closed the distance. Though it seems to be preferring to stay quite a ways out there. And I haven't seen it fire another missile battery, another missile strike since the first one. Here, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to set it up relatively like what it will be during the actual tournament for this ship, because this ship seems to really need that setup. It's built around that, so I will manually spawn in the Kingstead right here like this. Oh, I have to change the team. There we go. There, this should give us a better indication of its combat capability. Off it goes. I hope it stays in range. It's already out of range, technically. Yeah, it's going way out there. But it is turning around and coming back. Maybe when I do a proper start, it'll be alright. We'll see. I hope it doesn't just lose repeatedly because it gets disqualified due to inability to turn. It is coming back, so we'll see what happens. We're not really getting a good idea of what this thing can do, though, because it seems like the only weapon firing is the big turret up top. Oh no, the smaller one, which I actually just realized I forgot. Oh dang it! I just realized I forgot to check the gauge on. There. Is also firing. They're both just firing in a shotgun burst of shells. It is a 100mm, okay. Let's go back out here to the Kingstead. I cannot see the shells unless... Okay, those are the heat, it looked like, and then those are probably the mixed. It looks like they're firing at the same time, so they're just like in a cloud together. It's hard to tell because the craft is aiming low and shooting its shells into the water because of the explosive bits down there. Oh, well, no, it doesn't have aim point selection, so that's not because of the explosive bits, it's just because there's so many blocks under the waterline for the Kingstead. Also, it doesn't seem to be the most accurate of guns, but it fires all its shells in a spread in an attempt to make sure that it connects. Yeah, without those missiles coming on, this thing seems a little lacking in firepower. It really needs those missiles to fire, but it doesn't seem to be pulling that off at the moment. Oh well, we'll see how it does. Personally, I'm not fond of the aesthetics on it without a paint job, but you know, aesthetics are not required. You could, in theory, just make a flying unpainted shoebox, and I would take it. But you will not get points from the aesthetics competition, most likely.